doesn't have the guts. Oops.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. As you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am back at Cracker Barrel. There's a reason why I'm here, but also I will be showing video footage because in my Spooky Sunday hauls I do weekly, I call it Spooky Sunday or Halloween, I had mentioned my horror story about trying to find the witch statue, and a few of you had said you wanted me to tell you what happened. So I decided I would share with you my experience. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this footage. I do try and get prices and look at items a little bit more carefully because there wasn't a lot of people here. So without further ado, I am going to get on with the story. So the witch statue, we've all been looking for it. Some people have gotten lucky, some people haven't. My particular location, that's by my house, a lady, I had given her my phone number. She was the manager, and she said she was going to call me when it came in. So she ended up calling me, saying that she was going to put the statue out the next day at 3 p.m. Well, I didn't know she called, and I didn't know that she had left me a voicemail until that time the next day at 3 o'clock. So I rushed there, and naturally all the witch statues had sold out, but I was able to get the ghost statue. So I decided if the locations are putting their stuff out, I'm going to go to another location that's about an hour drive from my house. So I get there, and I encountered the manager at that location, and she had told me that she had all the Halloween product. It was in the back, but she wasn't going to put her items out till Friday. And this was a Tuesday. And I said, okay, do you know if you have the witch statue? Can you go back and can I possibly buy it now? And she's like, there's too many boxes. I don't have time to go back there. Just come back Friday. You're going to want to be here at opening because it's first come, first serve. And I was like, okay, fine. And I had decided I probably wasn't going to go back to that location because it's an hour drive for me. So the next day, I decided to go back to my location that's closer to my house, because when I was there the day before, they had only put out a few things and they weren't done setting up their display. And I wanted to see what the display looked like for the Halloween season. And I got a lot of video footage of it. And it's actually one of my more popular videos on YouTube. I will leave the description or the link in the description box below so you can go back and watch it. So anyways, I had gone back and, I thought to myself, I'm reading all of these comments on Facebook and Instagram about people talking to the workers and they're putting stuff out and they're saying one thing and doing another. So I decided to go to that location that was an hour drive away from me again. So as I'm driving, I decide to call that location and I ask, did you guys ever end up setting up your Halloween display? And they said, yes, we did. And I said, okay. And this was Thursday. And she had told me she wasn't going to set up until Friday. And I said, do you happen to have any of the witch statues left? And the lady that answered had an accent, and she said, yes, we got 5. And I was very excited, and so I continued to head that way. Now, the reason why I am saying she had an accent is because it was hard to understand her. So I'm driving, and as I'm driving, I'm thinking to myself, well, how could they have 5? It's so popular. I'm going to call back to make sure she understands what I was talking about. So I called back and I said, hey, I just spoke with you a second ago. I just want to make sure that you understood what I was talking about, the item I'm looking for. And she said, hold on. Then another gal got on the phone and she's like, oh, you're looking for the witch statue. We only have one left and it's the display. And I was like, oh my gosh. So in that time, I've been driving this whole time and being on hold and whatnot. So I was like, can you please hold it? I know you're not supposed to, but it's harder for me to get around. I haul an oxygen tank with me everywhere I go, and I'm driving an hour away, and I'm literally 10 minutes from your location. And then she asked me again, well, how far are you? And I said 10 minutes. And she said, oh, you'll be fine. I'll have it here for you. And I gave her my name, and that was that. So I was very excited, and I rushed there. So I get there, and I asked the cashier, I said, my name's Leanne. I called, and I'm calling about the witch statue. And she's like, oh, we didn't receive a phone call like that. And I said, and I explained the story, how I was driving, and I said, I recognize your voice. I spoke to you. And she's like, then she changes her story. She says, oh, another lady called and said the same thing. And I said, ma'am, I'm that lady. And she's like, well, we don't have the item anymore. We sold it. And I go, but you said that you were going to hold it for me because I was almost there. And she said, well, I'm sorry, we don't have it. And then at that same moment, the manager from the day before that I had talked to, or a couple days previous, walked by, and I said, hey, I said, I'm a little frustrated because I called, and I know that this is a very popular item and you're not supposed to hold, but whoever I spoke to said they were going to hold it for me because they knew I was rushing, and I'm coming from an hour drive away to pick this item up, and you guys sold it. And she said, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, there's no holds. And I go, well, you see I'm on oxygen, right? And it's harder for me. And I said, not to mention, when I spoke with you a couple nights ago, you told me to come Friday morning, and it was first come, first serve. And you didn't even bother to take my phone number. And you went ahead and put everything out on Thursday instead of Friday. And I said, so what would have happened if I showed up at 7 a.m. when you open on Friday and you had already sold everything out because you decided to put it up a day early? I don't think that's fair when you're telling me to show up Friday at opening and it's first come, first serve. Well, she looked at me with a blank stare because she didn't know what to say. She had nothing to say to me. So the irony of the story is I gave up. I got a little upset, though, because I drove all the way out there. But yesterday, when I went to Home Goods, I drove by my local Cracker Barrel. My instinct said you should go in and ask if they have it. Well, the lady said they did get a shipment. They had 4, and to show up today, which is Tuesday, by 3 p.m. So, you guys, I was there actually at 2 p.m. because I wasn't going to miss out on this statue for the 3rd time. Are you kidding me? Seriously. So I showed up at 2 p.m. an hour early, and I made sure that they knew I was there and what I was there for. And there were a couple other people waiting as well. And when 3 o'clock hit, there were exactly 4 people there, and exactly 4 people got the witch statue. I am pleased to say I got the witch statue. But when I was there, they sold her to us in the boxes. So we weren't able to look at them or anything. I don't know if you can really tell, but do you see how it's kind of discolored right there? It doesn't look like it was painted all the way black. I think what happened is they were in such a rush to make more because of the demand. They didn't do a very good job painting them. If you own this statue, can you please comment below and let me know if yours is like that, or is it just me? Because I haven't seen one in person, only in pictures and video. but I do not remember it being discolored right there. See how it's kind of lighter? And then she has a couple scratches and she's discolored right here. You can kind of see it looks white. And then on the sides, let me turn her around. But she's gorgeous and she's $49. The price that the Ghost originally was. There's another white spot. See how it's light? So I just think their painting job, you can totally see it right there, is very crappy. I am not gonna take it back. I can just go over it and paint it myself. But for the price, you would think that you would get what you pay for, so to speak. So I'm a little disappointed that it's not painted correctly. But overall, it's very cute. Now, I know a lot of people thought the lantern hanging from her was weird. You can unhook the lantern as well. Now, a funny part to this story is about 4 days after my experience of driving out to that other location looking for this statue, I had called inquiring about something else, and they had it in stock, and they said, "Oh, would you like us to hold that for you?" You guys, I literally fell off my chair, and I was like, you know what, never mind. It's just the stress that I went through trying to find this statue and how the customer service was lacking. I just feel like Cracker Barrel comes out with really good stuff, don't get me wrong. The people at my location were very, very friendly. I love them all. I was just frustrated that when I'm being told something and I'm driving a far distance, that someone's gonna do something and hold it, knowing I'm coming far, and then they sell it. I just thought, and then when I get there, they act like they don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about. And then they said, well, somebody else called saying the same thing. And I'm like, I'm that person. You just denied that someone called. Now you're saying somebody did call. It's like, get your story straight. So anyways, I have her. I'm excited, but what a journey to get the statue. Now, if you have a story about getting your witch statue, trust your instinct like I did. Don't give up. Keep trying to get her. She is very neat in person. You will find her. But also what I would like you to do, if you have your own YouTube channel, is I want to hear your story as well. And I want you to tag me in it. And I want to hear your story. Do a video about your story, and then maybe Cracker Barrel will take listen of everyone's story and the issues that a lot of us have had and the disappointment, and maybe next Halloween season they can do better. Because trust me, businesses listen when customers talk. And that's why I like to do these reviews and do these videos, because you know what? Stores do listen. Anyways, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. And if you're looking for the witch, do not give up. You will find her. Until the next one, bye.